Hi everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're diving into a heartfelt story where Alex's sister suddenly returns home and discovers Tuna living in the house with her child. Suspicion grows, and she begins to believe Tuna is hiding a secret, demanding that Alex take responsibility. But what's the truth behind it all? If you enjoy it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next videos. When Alex's sister unexpectedly returns home, she is shocked to find Tuna and her baby living in the house. Not knowing who Tuna is, suspicion quickly grows in her mind. She believes Tuna may have had a child with another man and now expects Alex to take responsibility. Doubt and tension rise during meals and daily life, with the sister pressing for answers and insisting that Tuna leave. Tuna, already fragile as a single mother, struggles with fear of rejection while trying to show gratitude through hard work. The conflict escalates until Alex finally steps in, firmly explaining the truth. Tuna is just a friend, a mother in need of shelter, and he chose to help her. In the end, his honesty softens his sister's heart, allowing Tuna and her child to remain with the family. Pale sunlight trickled through the curtains, stretching across the small living room where Tuna sat gently rocking her baby. Her voice was a soft hum, a lullaby that filled the quiet house with warmth. Yet beneath her calm smile, unease lingered. Something about the silence felt heavy, as if the house itself was waiting. She glanced around, whispering under her breath, "Did Alex's mom go to the market already?" The baby stirred, and Tuna carefully laid the child down in the cradle. She rose, padding toward the kitchen, brushing her fingers against the counter scattered with unwashed dishes. It was an ordinary moment, almost peaceful, until sudden footsteps broke the silence. The front door opened. A woman stepped inside, carrying herself with brisk authority. Her eyes immediately landed on Tuna, narrowing with suspicion. "Who are you?" the woman demanded. Her voice carried sharp edges that sliced through the room's stillness. Startled, Tuna straightened, fumbling for words. I'm Alex's friend. He brought me here," she said quietly, forcing steadiness into her voice. But the woman's eyes shifted to the cradle. The baby cooed softly, and her brows furrowed deeper. "His friend?" she repeated, doubt thick in her tone. "Or something more?" The weight of her gaze made Tuna's chest tighten. She wanted to explain, to make everything clear, but the right words tangled in her throat. Her instinct was to offer kindness instead. "Please, stay. Have some tea," she said, motioning toward the table. Yet tension filled the air, heavy and unrelenting. Alex's sister, because now it was clear who she must be, stepped fully inside, her eyes never leaving Tuna. That look was not just curiosity, it was suspicion, searching for cracks, for secrets hidden in plain sight. Tuna returned to the cradle, lifting her child into her arms as if to shield them from that gaze. She felt like an intruder, as though every wall in Alex's house was closing in on her. What had once been a haven now felt suffocating. The sister left for a moment, perhaps to put her things away. In that small reprieve, Tuna's mind raced. She held her child closer, eyes blurring with unshed tears. Alex had offered her a refuge, a place to breathe and rebuild. But now, with his sister's return, everything felt fragile, on the edge of shattering. Her baby's cry snapped her back. She rocked the child gently, whispering comfort, then set about helping in the kitchen. Maybe if she worked hard, she thought, If she showed gratitude through action, she could prove she belonged here. She washed dishes with trembling hands, each plate a silent plea. Let me stay. Don't send me away. Later, the kitchen filled with the scent of fresh herbs. Alex's sister stood beside her, chopping vegetables with practiced speed, the blade striking rhythmically against the board. Tuna kept to her task at the sink, but she could feel eyes flicking toward her. How long have you been here? The sister asked suddenly. The words were calm, but beneath them was steel. Tuna hesitated, then answered, Not long. I gave birth a month ago. She tried to smile, though her heart pounded with each beat. The sister nodded, though her gaze lingered far longer than necessary. She set the knife down for a moment, then picked it back up. Your baby is cute, she said, voice flat, the compliment wrapped in thorns. Tuna's smile faltered. Her hand slipped slightly as she rinsed another dish. She felt like she was being tested, every gesture scrutinized, every word weighed for hidden meaning. Alex brought you here out of pity, didn't he? The sister asked, her tone low and deliberate, as though daring Tuna to deny it. Tuna's chest tightened, but she nodded faintly. He's kind. He didn't want me to struggle alone. The sister's eyes narrowed, searching for more. Suspicion clung to her every look, as though she believed Tuna's presence was built on lies. The sound of chopping grew louder, echoing Tuna's racing heartbeat. She wanted to prove she was more than a burden, but fear crept in like shadows at dusk. The sister set the herbs aside, her expression unreadable. Tuna clutched a plate tightly, holding onto it like fragile hope. Silence filled the kitchen, thick and uncomfortable. Every small action, washing, chopping, wiping the counter, was layered with unspoken words. By evening, the dining table was set with steaming dishes, the room aglow with lamplight. Alex's mother sat at a head, her gentle smile urging everyone to eat. Tuna sat quietly near her child, while Alex's sister placed food on the table, her gaze never fully leaving Tuna. Moments later, Alex returned, the fatigue of the day on his shoulders. He stepped inside, forcing a smile when he saw everyone gathered. You're home, his mother said warmly, gesturing for him to sit. Alex settled beside her, glancing across the table. He noticed the way his sister's eyes kept darting toward Tuna, and the tension immediately wrapped around him like a noose. How long has she been here? His sister asked suddenly, her voice cutting through the room like a blade. Mother spoke softly. Alex brought her here. She's struggling. She just had a baby. The sister's chopsticks paused midair. Her lips pressed into a thin line as she glanced between Tuna and her child. And you're okay with this? She asked their mother, her tone sharp, almost accusing. Alex's chest tightened. He wanted to shield Tuna from those words, from the suspicion that poisoned them. She's hard-working, he said quickly. She'll return to the farm when she's stronger. Tuna lowered her head, clutching her child protectively. The weight of rejection hung heavy, though she said nothing. The meal continued, but it wasn't peaceful. Alex's mother tried to ease the mood, speaking of the market, the neighbors, anything to soften the edges of suspicion. But his sister's eyes still probed, dissecting every silence. Tuna ate slowly, each bite tasting of nerves rather than food. She wanted to disappear, to be invisible, but the tension pressed harder with each passing minute. Alex's heart ached watching her. To him, she wasn't a threat. She was someone who needed shelter, someone he'd chosen to help. But to his sister, she was a question mark, an unexplained presence, a possible shame waiting to unravel. The clink of chopsticks and the rustle of fabric filled the quiet, underscoring the invisible battle being waged across the table. Alex wanted to speak more, to defend Tuna openly, but the words lodged in his throat. To anyone else, this might have looked like a simple family meal. But to Alex, it was a battlefield. Every glance from his sister was a challenge. Every quiet movement from Tuna was a prayer for acceptance. The lamplight glowed warmly on their faces, but underneath, the room buzzed with unease. The meal stretched on, its warmth thinning beneath layers of unspoken doubt. Alex's mother tried to steer conversation toward lighter things. The market, the weather, the upcoming harvest, but her voice couldn't mask the tension simmering at the table. Alex's sister sat rigid, chopsticks clutched tightly as her gaze flicked back to Tuna. "Another mouth to feed," she murmured under her breath, though loud enough for everyone to hear. Is that really what this family needs right now? The words stung, and Tuna instinctively lowered her head, clutching her baby as though shielding the child from invisible blows. Alex's heart twisted at the sight. He set his chopsticks down, his voice calm but firm. She isn't a burden. She's doing her best. But the sister wasn't ready to let go. Really? Doing her best? Her eyes glinted as they swept over Tuna. What exactly do you know about her? A woman shows up with a baby, living in your house, and we're just supposed to accept it? Silence fell. Tuna's hands trembled, and for a moment she wanted to disappear. She thought of all the kindness Alex had shown her, the roof over her head, the food on her plate. But now, under his sister's scrutiny, it felt like even gratitude wasn't enough. The baby whimpered, breaking the stillness. Tuna excused herself quietly, standing and carrying her child upstairs. Her footsteps faded, but the weight she left behind lingered. Alex turned to his sister, eyes hard. "She's not what you think." "Then what is she?" His sister shot back. "Because it looks to me like she's trying to trap you. Don't you see it? She has a child with some man out there, and now she's here, expecting you to carry the responsibility." Alex's jaw clenched. "You're wrong." "I'm protecting you," she insisted, her voice rising. "You think I can sit here and watch while someone manipulates you? I won't let her take advantage of this family." Their mother interjected softly. "Enough, both of you." But the tension between brother and sister refused to dissolve. Alex pushed his chair back and stood. His voice dropped, steady but resolute. "You don't know her story. You only see what you want to see. Tuna isn't trying to trap anyone. She's a single mother who had nowhere else to go. I opened my door because she needed help, because that's what family should do, even for those who aren't blood." His sister shook her head, disbelief etched into every line of her face. "That's noble, Alex, but noble doesn't feed a family. Noble doesn't protect us from scandal." "Scandal?" Alex's voice sharpened. "Since when is kindness a scandal?" The words hung heavy, echoing in the lamplight. For a moment, his sister faltered, but suspicion quickly steeled her again. "So, you're telling me she's just your friend? That's all?" "Yes," Alex said firmly. "A friend who needed help. Nothing more." Silence settled, broken only by the faint creak of the house. His sister crossed her arms, lips pressed tight, as if searching for cracks in his certainty. Upstairs, Tuna rocked her baby, heart pounding. She could faintly hear voices rising and falling below, every word a reminder that she didn't belong, not fully. Tears burned her eyes as she whispered to her child, "I don't want to cause trouble. I just want a safe place for us." Minutes later, Alex came upstairs. He found Tuna by the window, the baby nestled against her shoulder, her eyes wet but defiant. "Did she say I should leave?" Tuna asked softly, bracing herself for the answer she feared most. Alex shook his head, sitting beside her. "She's worried, but she doesn't understand. I told her the truth. You're my friend, and you and your child are staying here. I meant it when I said you're safe in this house." Tuna blinked back tears, clutching her baby tighter. "But she doesn't want me here." "Then she'll have to learn," Alex said gently, his hand steadying hers. "You've been through enough. I won't let suspicion drive you away." Downstairs, the sister paced, her mind churning. She wanted to believe her brother, wanted to trust his judgment. But every time she pictured Tuna in their home, the baby in her arms, doubt crept back in. Later that night, Alex returned to the dining room where his mother and sister sat. He lowered himself into a chair, his voice calmer now. "You've always been protective of me," he said to his sister, "and I respect that. But this time, you're wrong about her. Tuna isn't hiding anything. She's a mother who was left alone. If you look closer, you'd see the truth in her eyes." His sister looked away, conflicted. "I don't want to see you hurt." "I know," Alex said, "but turning her away would hurt more. She needs this chance, and I won't take it from her." Mother reached across the table, placing her hand over the sister's. "He's right. I've seen the way she cares for her child, the way she works around the house without complaint. She's not here to cause harm. She's here because she has nowhere else." The sister's eyes glistened, torn between her protective instincts and the truth slowly unraveling before her. At last, she sighed, her shoulders sinking. "Maybe I judged too quickly." Alex nodded. "All I'm asking is that you give her time. Watch her. See for yourself. She isn't trying to replace anyone or trap me. She's just trying to survive." The room grew quiet again, but this time the silence wasn't sharp. It was thoughtful, heavy with possibility. The next morning, the sun spilled across the fields, painting the house in gold. Tuna was already awake, sweeping the floor with her baby tied gently against her back. When Alex's sister passed through the room, she paused, watching silently as Tuna worked. There was no pretense in the way Tuna moved, just quiet determination, every motion echoing gratitude. For the first time, the sister's gaze softened, doubt loosening its grip. Later, when they sat for breakfast, the sister glanced at Tuna and spoke quietly. "You're staying here, for now, but I'll be watching." It wasn't full acceptance, but it wasn't rejection either. For Tuna, it was enough to breathe easier. She nodded, bowing her head. "Thank you." Alex caught his sister's eye and gave a small nod of gratitude. It was a fragile peace, but it was peace nonetheless. Days turned into weeks. Slowly, the edges of suspicion wore down. The sister saw the way Tuna rose early, worked tirelessly, and never asked for more than she was given. She saw the devotion in the way Tuna cared for her child, the gratitude in her quiet smiles. One evening, as they all gathered again at the table, laughter broke through the walls that once held only tension. The sister watched Tuna laugh softly at something Alex's mother said, and for the first time, she smiled too. The shadow of doubt had not vanished completely, but it no longer ruled the house. What remained was a fragile understanding that family could be chosen, that kindness could carve space where suspicion once lived. And through it all, Tuna stayed. Not as an intruder, not as a burden, but as a mother finding her place, and as a friend whom Alex refused to abandon.